I went to YALC 2025. Let's do a little recap of the day and a haul of what I've got. Hi besties, I went to YALC this weekend and it was my first time. My only other experience of any book convention or book event of this magnitude was BookFest, which was a disaster. So I was pretty nervous going into it. And I was also super excited because it was my first time at YALC. Everyone spoke highly about it. There were so many things happening and I couldn't wait. First of all, how did I prepare for YALC? I looked at tons of videos from book besties on TikTok and Instagram, and I made a list of what I needed to bring. I brought water, I brought my card, snacks, I did some bookmarks for my book besties, and I brought some fairy loot pouches and bubble wrap pouches to protect the books that I thought I would win, but I didn't. So I made some purchases as well. I didn't plan to attend any talks of author signings because I'm not a big fan of YA, but I wanted to experience the event. So what I planned for was just to spend the day browsing the stalls, entering competitions, raffles, and hanging out with book besties, basically. I was only there on Saturday, so I only planned for that day, and I think Saturday, one day, was enough for me, although people said that Sunday was less busy, but we'll get into that in a minute. I printed the map of the stalls. I made a schedule for the day with everything that was happening, so all the raffle, the proof drops, that helped me understanding what was going on and what I wanted to do most. Lots of the things were happening at the same time, so I had to pick and choose what I wanted to do. Also, Penguin had a little free library, and I decided to bring some of the proofs that I read that I didn't want to keep and leave them there for others to enjoy. I don't have actual footage of the day, I only have the footage that I put on TikTok. I will put some on the side here because I was busy enjoying the day. I wanted to vlog, but in the end I wanted to enjoy the day. So we got up really early. I went with my family, so we bought a family ticket to Comic-Con that guarantees you also the entry at YALC after 10 a.m. So we planned to get there by that time, and we did. When we got there, it was already busy, but not massively busy. And I went straight upstairs and went to see where the stalls were and went to the first event that was on my list. There were queues for everything all the time. In the morning was less busy, as I said, so the queues were about 10 to 15 minutes long, but as the day progressed, there were even more and longer queues and more people. My last queue of the day started at 3 p.m. and finished at 4:30, so it was almost an hour and a half long. A thing that I noticed is that first of all, I was really unlucky because I didn't win anything. And second, as the day progressed, as more people were there, they were putting limits on how many people could join the queues and how many things were done. Some games were cancelled. So it was sometimes a bit of disappointment because you go to join the queue and after walking for a bit, they will say, no, stop, we're not getting any more people. So you've been standing in the queue basically for nothing. Also, I wanted to join a game. I got there 3 minutes past the hour and the games were already sold out. So if you plan to do any of the games, I would suggest you join the queue well in advance. So I feel I spent the day queuing literally, but it's not a bad thing because I got loads of freebies. I will go through them and show you my little haul. I got tons of tote bags. This is the one for Scarlet Press, and I got this by following them on social media and signing up to the newsletter. So let's check what's inside. 2 samplers, one for the Shutter Spires by Cassidy Ellis Salter and is by Bloomsbury, and one for The Sun and the Star Maker by Rachel Griffin, and this is from Sourcebook Fire. So I'm quite excited because I never had samplers. I'm always in a couple of minds about samplers because what if I like it and the book comes out in 3 months? Then add the little free library. I got this from Penguin. This is The Other Girl by Emily Barr. and it sounds really interesting. So this is one of the free books I got on the day. The other book that I got at the little free library is A Proof of Circle of Liars by Kate Francis. And the last book that I got for free, and this is the book that I queued up for an hour and a half, is The Hairs by Farida Abike Imite. And to win this, you had to join a game and solve a puzzle. And this is the game that I missed in the morning. I joined well early in the afternoon, and it took an hour and a half to get to the front of the queue. But it was well worth it because the book sounds amazing and the author signed it. I had it signed for my son because he's gonna also be reading it, and I wanted to give him a good experience for YALC because he was very tired by the end of the day. I also got tons of free goodies. I got 3 totes. I love tote bags. One from Harper Voyager and one that is incredible from Wayward. I think this is the thickest tote I own, and this is gonna definitely be my bookish tote for all the events I'm gonna attend. I also got plenty of other goodies like bookmarks, pins, prints, stickers, tattoos, and all sorts of promotional material. I love freebies, so this was great. I also made some purchases. The prices of most of the books that the publishers were selling were great. 2 for 10 paperbacks and 2 for 20 hardbacks in some cases, so it was really convenient. I didn't go overboard with the purchases, but I got these 2 books: Our Vicious Oath by N.E. Davenport and Dissolution by Nicholas Binge. These 2 books sound so good. They were 2 for £20, so amazing. And also Nick, my lovely friend, she gifted me Blood Over Bright Haven, and I'm quite excited because it's one of her favorite books. So I am quite excited to read this. And I think that is all for my haul. As I said, I was really unlucky. I always got to a millimeter of winning anything on the spin the wheels. I won chocolate, little trinkets, a pen, and it was quite an unlucky day for me on games. But I'm quite excited with my little book haul, and I feel that the day was a great experience. It was quite overwhelming because of the amount of people that were there in the afternoon. As I mentioned, someone told me that Sunday was less busy, so maybe next year I will attend Sunday. So yeah, that's me for YALC 2025. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will reply. I hope you enjoyed the video and see you next time. Bye!